Greetings world, it is I, Andrew, the bearded lady from the Hairy Game Lords, and for Zatu Games I'm going to be reviewing for you from Renegade Games, ClipCut Park. So, you are looking at everything that is in the box ClipCut Parks from Renegade Games. This is a 1 to 4 player game. Takes probably about 20 minutes to play. So this pack of cards over here, this is for your solo play game. So there's some great stuff there. We'll just put that to one side. Back in the box. As you can see, there are a pack of cards. There's these little kind of chit things here. There is a custom dice with different circled numbers on, which I'll explain a little bit more about in a moment. There is a rule book which is very light and also very helpful. 4 sets of scissors, and then there is this pad of paper that comes with all different variations of the same pictures on, and you get 100 of these in the box. So what takes place on your go? Everybody chooses their colour, and then everybody is dealt a hand of 5 cards. They're also given one of these sheets, like so. So what takes place is you shuffle your hand and then you deal face down in front of you 2 cards. Now, these 2 cards will show you what type of park you need to create. So let's just have a look at Curiosity Park. In Curiosity Park, it has to be in this cross shape, and there has to be featured within it a red area, which is fun park. So there has to be a carousel here, there has to be a water feature, there has to be some greenery, a play area, and then this one can be any of the above or anything else that's been left out. And when this card is completed, you get a bonus of either a paw print chit or a recycling, looks like a recycling one or something like that. Now these chits will come, they're double-sided, and so you would place it however you would like. And what's great about these are, they, for instance, on this card here, you could place this. Once you have placed a piece of park there, you can place this over the top of it, helping you in your game. You see, on this here, there are these symbols, and if you didn't have one of those little chits, you would have to find a corresponding symbol that would fit with the park location. Also on here there is a bridge, so this would not be able to be made up from one piece there and then one piece there. It would have to join. Again, when you complete this card, you would get bonus 2 cuts, which is very helpful. When you complete a card and fill it full of the park that is required, you then get to draw another card. It's the first person to have revealed all of their 5 cards and built all 5 parks that wins the game. Although if there is a tie for that, then it is the person with the least amount of screwed up paper in their park as well. I'll explain a little bit more about that screwed up paper in a moment. So let's have a look on how on earth we go about cutting out our park and placing it onto our cards in the layout that is needed. As a turn starts, the first player will get to roll this custom dice. As you can see, each circle with a number on it is a different or an individual cut. For instance, on this one here, there are 4 wands, That is one individual cut 4 times. I'll demonstrate on here. 4 individual cuts would mean 1, 2, 3, 4. With that, I have got a greenery space. Now, if I cannot add that at all into my location, then it has to be screwed up. Now remember, a park at the end of the game that has the least amount of screwed up pieces of paper on wins in the case of a draw. So you are looking at ways to create the shapes needed without gaining any screwed up pieces of park. If a number 2 was rolled, what you have to do is cut along the line. That's 1 and then 2. So any number that is higher than 1 is in a straight line. So 2 would be to here, 3 would be up to there, 4 would be up to there. You cannot change direction. So if I was on a 2, for instance, or if I was on a 4, I would not be allowed to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is unallowed. I would have to continue in my straight cutting all the way up to there. Now, what does happen very quickly is that your piece of paper starts to get a number of different cuts in it. And an accident may happen, as maybe, for instance, you're cutting along in a different direction to get something else you're working on here, and you end up accidentally cutting through a larger section. And let me tell you, the sections can be even larger than this. Sometimes they could be half the sheet. As soon as a piece has come away from the main sheet that you're cutting from, you are not able to make any more adjustments to this sheet. And if it cannot be placed in the park like before, it's screwed up and added into the end park as a negative against the final score. So when cutting, you need to make sure you are cutting in the right areas, cutting out the right locations needed with the symbols as well as the colours, and make sure that you do not cut through an area leaving you with a shape that cannot be placed. Okay, so you've seen how to play this game, and it is a very easy game to pick up and play. Very quick learning time and really easy to teach. The feel of this game is very much similar to a roll and write, where the dice is rolled and then everybody takes their go. So there is very much zero downtime, unless, if you're like me, it took a while to work out where I was going to cut on that sheet of paper. That might become a little bit irritating, but as long as you are playing with people that are calm, I'm sure that will be fine. So what's great about it is also there are loads of cards. So it comes with quite a pack of cards. You will only get 5 cards. So there is quite a variant of replayability in there. Plus this sheet of paper. There is 100 sheets of paper here, and all of them are made up of different patterns, really. And so you'll never get the same sheet again that you are cutting. So again, lots of replayability. This sheet feels nice, it's not too thick, it's not too thin, and it's really easy to see where I'm supposed to be cutting. I am left-handed, and surprise, surprise, these scissors work for left-handed people as well as right. Good times. Now some of you right-handed people think, well, all scissors, come on, all scissors work for left-handed. No, they don't. So thank you, Renegade Games, for putting in ambidextrous scissors. Marvellous stuff. The component quality is really nice in terms of this dice, well, and the scissors. And then you have these little chits. So, forgot to say in the how to play, this little dude here, this is for when you cannot place a park of the right colour. So you would just dig up that colour and you would place a colour of your choice into that location. Very, very useful. And you get those through the completion bonuses on some cards. Hopefully you will have it in a card that will come out sooner rather than later. This game is good for gamers, but also for those that are new to the gaming hobby. It would be a good filler game and maybe a good gateway game as well. I am going to try and get my wife to play this game, who hates all board games. Well, most board games. But I think that she would enjoy the working out of creating a pattern that fits very well with the cards that you need to fit it all in together. This would be a great game also in schools, I think, where you have to learn to cut out the right shape to fit the right area. So a good game for children as well as adults. Us hairy game lords, when we played this other evening, really enjoyed the game and it flowed through well. In fact, when it came to the final scoring, all of us had managed to get to our 5 parks, but only one person had managed to complete the whole thing. This is on Zatu OVS for a really good price. I think it's around sort of like I know it's under £20, so why not go and check it out? Well, you may think this game is limited because there's only 100 of these sheets in there, and I'm cutting one up each time I play. Don't worry. I'm sure at some point Renegade Games may produce a refill pack, but if not, you're getting a lot of fun for under £20. Plus, when the game is out of those papers there, you've got 4 very good pairs of scissors. Good times.